Good evening and welcome. You're watching the news track. I'm Rahul Kamal. There's been a surfeit of deepfake videos that have plagued the assembly election campaign. Deepfakes pose one of the biggest threats to electoral democracy because with the advent of artificial intelligence, it is becoming almost impossible to tell the difference between what is real and what is fake. How should we fight and deal with the menace of deepfakes? And what kind of damage can this cause to the next Lok Sabha elections and to the elections that are currently on? On the news track tonight, we're looking at the increasing menace of deepfakes.
इनमें से किस मुख्यमंत्री को उनकी झूठी घोषणाओं के कारण घोषणा मशीन कहा जाता है? मनोहर लाल खट्टर, शिवराज सिंह चौहान।
फेक वीडियोस।
प्लीज लॉक ऑप्शन बी। ऑप्शन बी पर ताला लगाया जाए। बिल्कुल सही जवाब दिया आपने।
फेक वॉइसेस।
कमल नाथ को रोको, कांग्रेस आ गई तो सबको 1500 रुपए महीने और 500 रुपए में गैस देने लगेगी।
डॉक्टर्ड इमेजेस।
इतना करना बहुत जरूरी है देश के लिए, विकास के लिए। इतना करना बहुत जरूरी है देश के लिए, विकास के लिए।
Deepfakes flood the poll campaign. Voters beware. Deepfake danger is our top focus on the news track. Emerging technologies and the internet have added a new twist to the ongoing election campaign. But what happens when artificial intelligence enters the picture? You then have a hyper-realistic but false scenario of videos of netas making controversial comments or disparaging remarks about their opponents. Some of these videos can be used to spin false narratives to mislead voters. On the news track, we will tell you about the growing danger of deepfakes in this election season and decode the deepfake threat to the democratic process.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ever wondered what if the Apollo moon landing wasn't the triumph we believed?
Good evening, my fellow Americans. Fate has ordained that the men who went to the moon to explore in peace will stay on the moon to rest in peace. They will be mourned by their nation.
In an alternate universe, technology resurrects US President Richard Nixon.
These brave men, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, know that there's no hope for their recovery.
He spills a lunar secret. Celebrated astronomers Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin not returning.
These brave men, Neil Armstrong.
Welcome to the world of deepfakes, synthetic audio-visual content, an alternate reality driven by artificial intelligence.
Will know that there is some corner of another world that is forever mankind.
All right, this is take 3.3.
2.3.
Sorry, 2.3. Good God.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Crafted 4 years ago by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, this deepfake seamlessly blends real-life footage with machine learning.
To explore in peace. We'll stay on the moon.
Spoken words convincingly placed in the mouth of the then US President, long gone, but eerily revived in this experiment.
Stay on the moon to rest in peace.
With dramatic improvement and wider accessibility of technology, celebs have become the most common targets of deepfakes. Past few months have witnessed dramatic advancements in generative AI capabilities. Deepfake tools now more efficient and widely accessible. Sample this one. A voice model of Prime Minister Narendra Modi has him sing popular songs. Concerns have mounted. Deepfakes can impact democratic processes, such as the upcoming general elections.
We usually go
about a good and bad manner. So in terms of a good manner, it could be like a marketing campaign where a politician greets you in a personalized manner, where you get a video of a politician greeting you by a meme or something. But on the other hand, it could also be used in a lot of malicious techniques. Like let's say the opposing party generates a video where some politician is promising or making some outrageous claims or claims against one particular group.
Watchdogs have already voiced their concerns in the UK and the US. To showcase the threat, India Today's open source intelligence team created this cheap fake video of Home Minister Amit Shah within minutes, using an online video and a free face swapping tool. Beware, this cheap fake could be easily converted into a narrative-changing deep fake. Experts believe the emerging tech could be misused by political parties. Countries like China, as well as vested interests such as business and lobby groups, to change the narrative.
So in terms of regulation, the problem is with any new emerging tech. It will be both a technological challenge as well as a policy-making challenge. And I think the government will need to work closely with the technical or the tech ecosystem to figure out a solution for it. Videos being fake are something which is very new for a lot of us. So that public awareness is something which I think the government will have to spend some time on.
Photoshopped images, manipulated videos and memes. India's social media landscape already a potential hotbed for deepfake landmines. With internet penetration surpassing 50% of the population, it might be too much of an ask for the common Indian voter to navigate the challenges of AI alone. With Bidisha Saha and Shubham Tiwari, Bureau Report, India Today.
Is Bollywood superstar Amitabh Bachchan using his popular quiz show Kaun Banega Crorepati to bat for the Congress ahead of the Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections? A whole clutch of KBC videos have been shared widely online which seem to be suggesting this. But beware, manipulated videos have flooded the internet and WhatsApp groups, so much so that the network that airs KBC had to issue a clarification saying that their clips are being overlaid with a fabricated voiceover of Amitabh Bachchan to present a distorted picture.
Welcoming a contestant in his signature baritone.
और बहुत-बहुत स्वागत आपका.
धन्यवाद सर.
इनमें से किस मुख्यमंत्री को उनकी झूठी घोषणाओं के कारण घोषणा मशीन कहा जाता है?
In the blink of an eye, the reality takes a turn. With a question to spot a Ghoshna machine neta, a leader of hollow promises. All four options are BJP chief ministers.
इसका right answer है sir, option B.
The contestant answers. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, locked in.
ऑप्शन बी पर ताला लगाया जाए. बिल्कुल सही जवाब दिया आपने.
With the superstar host dropping a bombshell comment just before the Madhya Pradesh elections. But hold on, did something seem off?
इनमें से किस मुख्यमंत्री को
The lip sync, the brief close-ups.
घोषणा मशीन कहा जाता है?
Yes, it's a fake. Another episode, another twist.
वर्ष 2018 में बनी मध्य प्रदेश की कमल नाथ सरकार ने कितने किसानों का कर्जा माफ किया था?
This time, a question on farm loan waivers, a hot topic in Madhya Pradesh elections.
A 2 लाख, B 27 लाख, C 5 लाख, D 10 लाख.
The answer raises eyebrows. 27 lakh farmers.
Sir, please lock option B.
लगा दे ताला?
Yes sir.
सोच लिया?
Yes sir.
B पे ताला लगा जाए? बिल्कुल सही जवाब दिया आपने.
An imperfect lip sync again. Fleeting close-ups.
कमल नाथ सरकार ने अपने 15 महीने के कार्यकाल में
Moreover, a show like KBC would not dive into such controversial topics.
किसानों की कर्ज माफी बंद कर दी.
Despite suspicious signs, these sleek fakes are gaining traction this election season. Concerned, Sony Liv has raised a red flag on social media.
और आज छठा प्रश्न 20,000 रुपए आपके स्क्रीन के ऊपर ये रहा.
But what did Amitabh Bachchan really ask? It was a question about cinema.
इनमें से कौन सी फिल्म एक खिलाड़ी के बारे में नहीं है? ऑप्शन सुनिए. ए साइना, बी पीकू, सी भाग मिल्खा भाग, या डी शाबाश मिठू.
जी सर.
About Karnataka and Gujarat geography, not politics.
इन दोनों राज्यों के बारे में क्या सही नहीं है? ए हैव कोस्टलाइंस, यानी दोनों के समुद्र तट हैं. बी हुगली फ्लोज थ्रू देम, हुगली उनमें से होकर के बहती है. सी बॉर्डर महाराष्ट्र, सीमाएं महाराष्ट्र से लगती हैं. या डी सीएम्स आर मेन, यानी मुख्यमंत्री जो हैं वो पुरुष हैं.
AI tools have made creating fake videos easier than ever, with deepfakes spreading beyond adult content to political propaganda. After the uproar over Rashmika Mandana's deepfake, the government ordered swift takedowns of such content. Meta and YouTube now demand disclosure for digitally altered political and social issue ads.
इनमें से किस मुख्यमंत्री
Yet,
को
fakes
उनकी झूठी
deep
घोषणाओं के
and
कारण
not so deep
घोषणा मशीन
remain a challenging adversary, lurking in the shadows of the digital era. With Jyoti Dwivedi and Bal Krishna, Bureau Report, India Today.
Make no mistake, deepfakes pose a big threat to India's electoral system. With generative AI becoming better with the passing month, it's becoming tougher even for teams like the India Today Anti-Fake News War Room to be able to distinguish what is real from what is fake. And imagine if this is viraling on WhatsApp, in some community group, in the far and beyond. By then your message is already spreading far and wide. The damage is done. You can keep clarifying, putting out explanations later, but whatever negative message somebody wanted to put out has already reached far and wide. To talk about the threats of deepfake, I'm joined on this broadcast by Amit, Malviya, the IT cell chief of the Bharatiya Janata Party, squaring off against him. Joining us from Telangana is Rohan Gupta. He's on the campaign trail. He's paused just to join us for the show, so I appreciate that. We have Jitin Jain, who's a leading IT expert. Now, I just want to play out for our viewers before I go across to our guest this one clip. This is from the report that you just saw. Mr. Amitabh Bachchan in KBC asking people who's the worst chief minister. So just listen in, and it explains to you why this is such an important story, and then I'll go across to my first guest. Let's listen first to Mr. Bachchan, or supposed to be Mr. Bachchan.
इनमें से किस मुख्यमंत्री को उनकी झूठी घोषणाओं के कारण घोषणा मशीन कहा जाता है? मनोहर लाल खट्टर, शिवराज सिंह चौहान और योगी आदित्यनाथ, भूपेंद्र पटेल.
जी सर. इसका राइट आंसर है सर ऑप्शन बी. प्लीज लॉग ऑप्शन बी.
ऑप्शन बी पर ताला लगाया जाए. बिल्कुल सही जवाब दिया आपने.
Now, this is not a deep fake, but this is a fake video. It's done with a certain level of expertise. Who's the chief minister who does the maximum amount of announcements? It's making fun of Shivraj Singh Chauhan. It's supposed to be on the set of KBC, which it clearly isn't, but it's being used by the opponents of Shivraj Singh Chauhan in the Madhya Pradesh election. This is just one sample. There are many like this. I want to go across first to Rohan Gupta. Rohan Gupta, is this something that's happening organically, or is this something that the opposition is now using as a tactic to take on the government and find some ways of pinning the BJP and the Modi government down? How do you respond to A, this video, and then the larger conversation about deepfakes? Rohan.
See, Rahul, I think this video is the voice of Madhya Pradesh, so I don't want to comment on that. And obviously, this is not that something which we believe in as a Congress party. But yeah, as a larger picture, I would like to comment on this issue of deepfake. For a country like India, where we are very, very sensitive towards many issues like religious issues or caste issue or communal issue, it really can work like a two-sided sword. Yeah, there are benefits of the technology. that, okay, if I am not available, I can record my message in 20 languages and send to my supporters if I use it in positive way. But if it is misused, and the way we see our country, even a small clip, by the time it is proved that it is correct or wrong, the fire is already done, the damage is already done. So unless until we have a proper mechanism of fact check, where AI is also included, we know that in India there are a lot of many fact check agencies, but I think they do the fact checking of the videos or the article, whether it is true or not. Doing a fact check of a deep fake video will require a lot of technological investment, and countries like India, we are going forward in AI, but this will be a big challenge for us even in a political arena. There it can be definitely misused, and by the time you control the damage, or by the time you prove that something is wrong, the damage is already done. So
okay.
I think
so Amit Malviya, the Congress denying formally that this is something they've done officially. Now, if somebody goes out and makes this video of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, they're saying, what can we do about it? B, of course, this is a large danger, and they're saying we need to collectively wrap our heads around how we need to deal with this. Is this something that's a one-off? Are you seeing your opponents do this more and more in the assembly elections and potentially in the Lok Sabha elections as well?
Well, Rahul, for the records, there were 2 complaints filed in this election, both in Madhya Pradesh. One involving the KBC set and a voiceover of Mr. Bachchan, and another, a cabinet meeting being held by Shivraj Singh Chauhan with a statement which is completely contrary to what the meeting was all about. Now, the BJP has filed official complaint with the Election Commission of India. Not just that, we've also filed criminal cases against specific handles, all of which happen to be of Congress office bearers. So it might be very convenient for the Congress spokesperson to distance himself from these videos on a television program, but the people who have been named in the FIR that we filed are all Congress office bearer, some even national. We will take it to a logical end. But the larger debate here is about the challenge that the Indian polity faces by such misuse of technology, which the Congress has now pioneered and have now sort of experimented in a limited way in Madhya Pradesh. Clearly, after they lose all the 5 state elections on the 3rd of December, I reckon that they will rely on it a lot more in the run-up to the 2024
Okay, so you're accusing the Congress of doing this deliberately in Madhya Pradesh. Just 1 second. No, before I broaden the issue, let's just get to this. You're saying the opposition is doing it deliberately in Madhya Pradesh, and that this is being pushed by Congress-leaning handles. Let Rohan Gupta first respond to that. Rohan?
Rahul, because I'm not getting the video and I'm on a campaign trail, I could not see that Mr. Malviya is there. And I think it's a wonderful to do debate with a person who is like, you know, epitome of spreading the fake news. On the screen, I'll show you Mr. Malviya's tweet on Shaheen Bagh, where he has spread the fake news. There are 16 occasions on which Mr. Malviya has spread the fake news. This is another video of Lucknow saying Pakistan Zindabad Nare. This is also fake news which has been spread by Mr. Malviya. AMU छात्रों ने लगाए हिंदुओं की कब्र खुदी की नारे. This is the fake news which is spread by Mr. Malviya. So I think when he is trying to talk on the moral grounds, first of all, he should apologize as IT cell chairman of BJP to the country for spreading fake news at least for 16 times. What is he talking about?
I don't want to get caught in this tutu meme, but I will get Mr. Malviya to respond before I broaden the debate that multiple times you personally and the BJP social media cell has also been caught out putting out fake news. You can't just blame the Congress. This is something either deliberately or by accident has happened on the handles of both parties across the spectrum. Mr. Amit Malviya.
The Congress is free to file complaint against me if they think that either me or anybody in my party has spread fake news. And I know for a fact that they've filed over 30 FIRs against me across the country, but have not been able to prove even a single one of them. So it's one thing to come on a television program and indulge in all kinds of rhetoric. It's quite another to prove your allegation in the court of law. I don't need to say anything more because this is not a debate about me. It's a debate about the Congress party, its culture, and how it is distorting the political discourse using advanced technology like AI. If you think it makes sense to look at the broader canvas and what the Congress is doing, it is looking to damage institutions, it is looking to undermine people's confidence in democracy, it is looking to subvert the free will of the people. And in a country like India, where literacy levels are still sort of climbing up and people rely a lot on audio-visual interfaces, for the Congress to experiment and deliberately use fake videos and use advanced technologies like AI to replicate a very popular program like KBC and come up with a clip is quite sinister. And your viewers should know that both Sony Liv and Amitabh Bachchan in his personal capacity, I am told, have filed FIR. And people who were spreading this video were actually office bearers of the Congress. So they were perhaps people who Rohan Gupta knows. And therefore he, by extension and by affiliation, is also guilty of it. If I remember, he was the former chief of the Congress's IT department before he was shunted out into another role. Now, having said that, are we going to look at the Congress exploiting this technology and subverting democracy, or are we going to look at the positives, the challenges, and clearly the opportunities that lie ahead as far as AI is concerned? And if I can just extend this argument, AI is not just an India-specific debate, Rahul. It's been happening worldwide. We've seen big tech giants wade into this conversation and have said that we need a framework which is ethical, and we need to ensure that big tech companies and also smaller technology players and perhaps innovators need to all come together. But it is surely
just let me pause you for a moment, because it's correct that this is not an Indian problem only.
It has downsides too. We need to be mindful.
It isn't an Indian problem only. In fact, I want to show you this clip of the Richard Nixon deepfake. This is supposed speech, spooky as spooky can be, where Richard Nixon, the former American president, is actually paying homage to US astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, who never come back in this version of history. It kind of went viral, and then this is using generative AI, and it actually shows you the potential of getting AI training these systems to say anything. You could have, whether it's the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, any minister, opposition leader, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka, take anyone, and get them to say pretty much anything you want, which will be so convincing and so real that most people may not be able to tell. So just listen to the Richard Nixon deepfake, and then we'll take it from there.
These brave men, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, know that there is no hope for every human being who looks up at the moon in the nights to come.
Will know that there is some corner of another world that is forever mankind.
Now, Jitin Jain, here's this clip you created using generative AI, which is this fake version of what happened during the moon landing. It's a moon disaster speech. It really, obviously everyone knows it didn't happen because this is old, but you can use these kind of technologies to train systems to create any kind of video of any anchor, any sports person, any celebrity, any politician. Anybody could be saying anything. You can keep clarifying later कि मैंने नहीं बोला, by then it could be viraling across.
Rahul, you would recall our conversation on a collaborative training platform we had organized for India Today Special Investigation Team almost 4.5 years ago, and I showed you the videos of much better quality of Barack Obama, Arvind Kejriwal asking people to vote for Congress, and many other videos, including those of celebrities. But that was 4.5 years ago, when the training models of generative AI was not in place for public use. The training models of deepfakes were much more expensive. They required much bigger infrastructure, and the cost of acquisition was astronomical, and it was not available to ordinary people. I mean, you had to spend almost $10 lakh to acquire even a simpler deepfake technology, and you had to had almost around 40 hours of video footage, high definition footage, to create a deepfake video of someone. Today, you can acquire similar technology for say $5,000 on license. All you need is 40 high definition images, maybe a small 1-minute clip, and within 2 hours on a simple laptop machine, you would be able to create a deepfake image or even a 30-second deepfake clip of any celebrity, any actor, anyone you want to impersonate. Now, this is the challenge. The technology has used tremendously. You are using generative AI, deep learning models, where one AI is competing against each other to find faults in a deepfake, and till such time they are unable to find any fault, they keep improving. So today, if you find a deepfake, it is going to be very, very difficult for any forensic lab to give a report even in 5 days to detect a deepfake video and then prove it with step by step. Now, the challenge is if the technology has become so perfect, the cost of acquisition has, become so low, it is available, the reach has become available, there are no regulations for who you can use, who you can transfer. There is going to be a phenomenal challenge for, of our adversaries using it for election interference, shaping the discourse of conversations in our society, creating religious tensions. So this is going to happen. Now, if you look 5 years ago, even I think BJP was using it when Manoj Tiwari's videos were created in multiple languages for election campaigning. India Today channel has used, AI-based anchors for weather bulletins. We have used Chinese agencies using AI-based anchors for, anchoring news bulletins. So these are all bona fide uses where you're not impersonating someone, where you're not trying to create any, spread any fake news. So using deepfake videos for a double role in movies, for getting better advertisements, running news bulletins, using for multilingual campaigns. These are all going to be bona fide uses. But the challenge is going to be where you're trying to impersonate someone, spread fake news, misinformation, create tension. Suppose a deepfake. In the training we discussed, if a deepfake video of a great businessman in India is discussing something with the Prime Minister comes out, by the time even if he issues some statement or send it to a forensic lab, the kind of losses or the tensions you might face.
Absolutely coming if it does just before polling. Now you've got polling on the 17th.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you a small example.
Yes.
Suppose if there was a deepfake video in 2019 tweeted by Rahul Gandhi of Anil Ambani and Prime Minister discussing something about Rafale. Can you not believe that it would have changed the entire electoral discourse in this country? And suppose if that video was planted by ISA or ISPR, which has become now a fountainhead of spreading disinformation in India. So these are going to be challenges we have to look in the future, and I think Pakistan is now not only the only factor. China is going to be even bigger player because they've got bigger AI models, better AI models, and bigger infrastructure available in any sovereign country on AI.
Okay, is it possible for you and I to spot a deepfake? Business Today Television's tech editor Ayush Ailavadi tries to explain why it is getting increasingly complicated to be able to tell a fake from a real, but there are a few hacks that you can keep in mind to go as far as is possible to tell the difference between a deep fake, a fake and a real video.
Well, if you're trying to understand what is a deep fake, there's two ways to understand it. Join me here with two clips that I want to play out for you. And then you can, well, sort of get the gist of what a deepfake is and the kind of damage it could do to me and my career.
Hi, my name is Ayush Ailavadi and I'm a self-confessed tech geek. Over the past couple of years, I've enjoyed making content for you, but I now have to make an announcement to end all the speculation. I, with a heavy heart, have decided to move on and take up a new challenge.
Hi, my name is Ayush Ailavadi and we've been putting together this technology show for you for the past couple of years. Now, we love doing it. I love my job and so does the team. Please do not fall for the previous deepfake.
And I want to show you now this clip that went viral. I think Amit Malviya referenced that video. This is Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan. He is making some kind of an announcement in a meeting. Listen to what he seems to be saying. And that, now you've got a situation where all big national and regional parties have significant social media following, have WhatsApp groups of their own where they can send something out. And the problem with WhatsApp is that you don't, unlike on social media where you can flag who spread it, in WhatsApp it's much tougher. So you could spread this in your community, in your echo chamber, the message goes down deep. Listen to Shivraj Singh Chauhan once again.
मैं बार-बार कह रहा हूं, कमल नाथ को रोको, कांग्रेस आ गई तो सबको 1500 रुपए महीने और 500 रुपए में गैस देने लगेगी। फिर इस बार तो छोड़ो, अगली बार भी हमारा जीतना नामुमकिन हो जाएगा। हमने तो कुछ लोगों को 1250 रुपए दिए हैं, वो तो सबको देंगे। हमने तो 450 रुपए में गैस सिलेंडर का सिर्फ झांसा दिया है, वो तो सही में देंगे क्योंकि वो दूसरे प्रदेशों में दे रहे हैं। भैया कुछ भी करो पर कमलनाथ को रोको।
So even if this isn't Rohan Gupta, officially the Congress party, it can be argued that maybe somebody leaning towards your point of view has done this. It's highly unlikely that Amit Malviya and his team would put out this kind of a video. So it's obviously someone who doesn't like the BJP who's creating these kind of videos, and they are the most prominent examples that have come to light in this campaign, Rohan Gupta.
See, Rahul, again I am telling you, yeah, if anybody as Congress party, we don't believe in this kind of things. And yeah, definitely legal action should be taken against the person who has created it. I just heard Mr. Malviya saying that a lot of Congress people spread the video. They are the workers. Suppose they get something, they'll spread. But you should see that who has created it. And what examples I am giving is creating fake news by Mr. Amit Malviya himself. I am ready to debate. I challenge him to debate on the issues where 16 times he has spread the fake news from his Twitter handle.
Okay, Amit Malviya, do you buy this argument that it's not as if they created it, but if they found some material that is useful to them, as you do often, they used it and they amplified it, that's their job? Yes, go on, Rohan, complete your argument. Yes.
Rahul, I have one question for you. If somebody is aligned to Congress party or somebody who hates Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan for not fulfilling the promise and he gets this video on WhatsApp, he virals it. So that's what we have to stop. That is what we are debating. That when these kind of deepfake technologies are used by anybody, I am saying not about Congress party or by BJP, by anybody, by the time it does the damages what it is required, what the aim of the video is achieved, we have to take action.
So let Amit Malviya respond to this, that they're saying we didn't create it, but if we found it, we amplified it. That's what we're supposed to do. We take whatever material we get and we make our point using it. It's part of our material.
Look, the Congress spokesperson's innocence in this matter is not going to hide their sin. The fact is that both these videos would have squarely benefited the Congress party. It has been made by the Congress party because, like I said, they have been posted by specific office bearers of the Congress party and their official handles were involved in it.
I challenge Mr. Malviya to prove it. This is made by I challenge him.
Therefore,
I am giving examples of fake news which is created by Mr. Malviya. On the same side, I challenge him to prove that this video is created by Congress party. That's not fake news.
Rahul, can we have the civil conversation?
Okay, let Amit Malviya respond.
It is for the agencies like the Election Commission, the policing of the respective states to figure out where this video is originated from. Technology platforms are duty bound to disclose where the videos have originated from. So the challenge that the Congress spokesperson is posing is not for me to answer, it's for the agencies to take note of, and clearly the Election Commission will proceed with the complaints that we've made. Since there are criminal cases filed against people who have posted it, they will be questioned and naturally they will get to the root cause of where it originated from. So it's just a matter of time. The Congress can come on television and pretend that they don't know anything or claim innocence. But the fact is that if there is something that benefits your party and if your office bearers are actively promoting it, then they're as accountable for it as anyone else is. And having said that, there are certain provisions in the law that allow the government, the policing agencies to demand cooperation from these technology platforms and get to the bottom of where it actually originated. So it's not very difficult. The digital trail leaves everybody vulnerable. So the Congress might think that they will get away with it, but they will not. But the issue is when the law catches up, they will claim vendetta, they will play victim, and that's what they do all the time.
Okay, so what really is a deepfake? How is it different from a regular fake or a Photoshop? Some estimates say that about 500,000 video and voice deepfakes will be shared on social media sites globally in 2023. It's not just politicians who are at risk. Celebrities, actors, singers, athletes, they can all be featured in deepfakes.
Recently, famous actress Rashmika Mandanna found herself in a controversy due to a circulating deepfake video.
Hi.
The video shows a woman in an elevator, but her face has been digitally manipulated to resemble the actor. This incident has raised alarm and led to demands for legal action. Bollywood superstar Amitabh Bachchan, who co-starred with Mandanna in the movie Goodbye, expressed his concern about the rise of deepfakes and urged for legal measures to be taken. Deepfake is a term that combines deep learning and fake. It refers to a piece of audio or video that's been edited using an algorithm to replace the person in the original content with someone else, especially a public figure, in a way that makes the video look authentic. Deepfakes use a form of artificial intelligence called deep learning to create fake images of events that never happened. Deepfake videos have become more prevalent with the emergence of various AI and machine learning tools. Some of these tools are freely available, exacerbating the problem of fake photos, videos and audio.
Your queen and all.
Bureau Report, India Today.
I trust you will have the very merriest of Merry Christmases.
Okay, I'm joined in the India Today Mediaplex studios now by Balkrishan. Balkrishan heads India Today's anti-fake news war room, which is our effort to take on fake news. So Bala, welcome. I also have Ankit Kumar. Ankit heads the India Today Open Source Intelligence Desk. He looks at what's happening globally. Ankit, how big a problem has deepfakes become in this election, and how do you see this magnify building up to the next Lok Sabha elections?
Well, Rahul, if we really want to understand what kind of problem it is going to pose, we need to look at what is happening in Argentina, in Taiwan, and we really need to listen to what the UK's poll watchdog and national security watchdog has been saying. They are saying that artificial intelligence-based deepfakes are going to be the biggest threat in coming days, posing the elections, the democratic process. In fact, in Argentina, there's a New York Times report that was done today. It shows more than majority of the audiovisual, majority of the pictures, majority of the posters in the poll campaign. It is being called world's first AI-driven elections. So that's how
AI-driven elections.
Yes. So that's how deep the problem is. In India, we already have been facing a lot of disinformation problem. We had Photoshop, we had mixed media. But now with deepfakes, with the democratization of the accessibility of these tools were very sophisticated, very restricted until 2020 and 21. Over past 2-3 years, what has happened is with advent of OpenAI, with Midjourney, with DALL-E, with Stable Diffusion, these models have come in. Based on these models, a lot of very cheap tools have come in. And now it is very easy for political workers, for vested interest, even for states. We have China at our neighborhood. Last year there was a report that said that the PLA was weaponizing this technology in order to affect elections in other countries. Imagine the kind of border standoff that we have with China. AI is going to be a problem.
Bala, this must be making the task of fact-checking almost impossible, because earlier I remember some forensic digital analysis that we'd done. You could tell because the audio was imposed upar se. Now, because these deep learning models just listen to the audio and are generating the audio, it's all in the same tone. So a lot of techniques which have been used in the past are suddenly no longer usable because technology is much smarter than them.
Definitely, Rahul. Actually, the lines between cheap fake, deep fake, and now what we call sleek fake, which is something in between, are blurring. And because these technologies like computer vision, like synthetic voice was always there. But now with the emergence of AI, these technologies are converging, and they are converging at an amazing speed. And as Ankit pointed out, that these tools are becoming cheaper and easily available. So in elections, the threat is not only that these fakes are being produced, but they are being targeted at a specific audience. Eventually, everyone is going to figure out that these are fakes. But it is not that it's just flooded across the social media for everybody. These fakes are being targeted at a specific audience. Suppose there are polls in 3 phases. So people who are in first phase are going to get this very target audience, are going to get it just before the election. So by the time they are able to figure out that this is not correct, or this is not Modi who was saying this, or this was not Rahul Gandhi was saying this, by the time they figure this out, which eventually they are going to, but by the time the impact is made.
So Bala and Ankit have a quick demonstration they want to show you, which brings out how easy it is to be able to create these deep fakes. Bala, just tell our viewers about what you're about to show them in that demo and what they should be looking out and how easy it was to actually create this.
Well, so as I said that there are various technologies we all know about. Now we all know that there is synthetic voice. It is easy to clone somebody's voice, and if the person is a public or somebody like an anchor, it is because there are much
hours of audio video,
hours of audio videos, or a celebrity or a public figure. So hours of audio videos make it easier to clone the voice, make deepfake. But what I'm trying to show you is that now how these different technologies, which were like always there, but now they have evolved and they are now converging. So we have made this a person on Twitter has posted this, and we have tried to replicate this. It shows that how a computer first takes a photograph of somebody, then AI model describes that photo, And that is not all. It describes in the tone, language and tenor of anybody that you want. In this case, we asked it to describe in the language and the accent of David Attenborough, which is done there. And that's not all. Within seconds, the automatic tools also generates a synthetic voice of David Attenborough, and it looks that David Attenborough is describing what I'm looking like.
David Attenborough describing Bala. That's what you're about to see. Ankit, what are you about to show?
Very easy thing. We are going to bring Virat Kohli to India Today's newsroom. We are putting him on our work desk and getting him some work to do. So we are using a Python library to copy publicly available Virat Kohli's pictures and then superimposing that data on my face, and you can see him working.
And remember, we started this exercise just this afternoon, so there's very little training of the models has been done. If you want to do it for some devious intent, you can do it over days, train the model better and get as close to real life as possible, making it almost impossible to tell. Take a listen in.
Computer vision, ChatGPT and synthetic voice, as you might be knowing, are three different technologies. But with few lines of coding, it is possible to converge them and do amazing things. What I'm going to show you, I will just sit in front of computer and the software is going to look at me and describe what I'm doing in that language, tone and voice of none other than David Attenborough. See how it works.
The image depicts a man sitting inside a room concentrating on reading a book with an orange and white cover. The man is wearing glasses and has a neatly groomed moustache. He is dressed in a dark jacket over a lighter shirt. The room's background appears simple, with plain walls and no discernible decorations. The photograph seems to be taken from a slightly low angle, suggesting that the person taking the picture might be seated, or the camera placed on a lower surface. The image conveys a sense of quiet study or intellectual pursuit.
Deepfakes in an election season is a growing concern. Even the election watchdogs in the UK have voiced their concern over possible misuse of deepfakes in the elections. How easy it is to create a deepfake. We are going to show you. On your screen, you have a video of Indian cricketer Virat Kohli sitting in the India Today newsroom. Now we are going to take you back to the process, going to show you how this loose deepfake has been created. On your screen is an open source Python based program. What I'm doing is, on your left we have Virat Kohli's picture, that is the face. On your right that is me, that is the target. Now using this tool, using this open source free tool, I have selected one picture of Virat Kohli, second picture is mine, and I let the program run. This free and customizable tool can be used and accessed by any developer in the world. And imagine in an election season, Virat Kohli's picture being replaced by a politician. There you go. You now have a picture of Virat Kohli sitting and working in our newsroom. Now this is not just a picture, this is a full video. There are other open source tools that can mimic Virat Kohli's voice and put words in his mouth. So deepfakes are now becoming a growing concern for all the poll watchdogs, be it UK, be it the US or in India.
You know, the problem is that you could do some of these things with any of our major netas and get them to say anything. It hasn't happened yet at scale in a manner that actually has an impact on the election. But as you heard, that in Argentina it's being called an election which is being greatly influenced by generative artificial intelligence, and that could happen, Amit Malviya, in the Indian Lok Sabha elections as well. Do you have a plan in government and in the party on how to deal with it, and what should be done to ensure that it doesn't disrupt India's electoral process?
Look, Rahul, we have to acknowledge that the challenge is real, and it is something that will require a lot of effort on the part of agencies and on part of the Election Commission, which is the final custodian of conducting elections in our country. But having said that, unlike Argentina, India's tech space and the government's awareness around the challenges that AI could possibly pose is much higher. We have laws and regulations that make these tech platforms, which are basically mediums on which these video clips, or AI-generated pictures could float, accountable for what is put on them. It can be traced back to who's putting it. So there are checks and balances, but yes, you cannot deny the fact that there is potential. For example, in Madhya Pradesh, the Congress has gotten away by putting out these 2 clips, and you have the Congress spokesperson here trying to brazen it out. And that is part of the problem, because unless parties who have their backs to the wall realize that this could be a short-term gain for them, and indulging in unethical practices like these are not going to take them too far, you will have some of them.
Rohan Gupta, I was concerned when you said
after the Congress loses on 3rd of December, they will get really desperate and they will use a lot of these AI tools and fake videos very, very aggressively. So we have to be very careful. We have to watch out. And the BJP on its part is quite geared up to take the Congress and, for that matter, any other regional party which is in the opposition using such technology, because we understand a lot of it much better than any of these parties. So if the Congress or any of its leaders even try and plant these fake videos through their supporters, we will get to the person eventually.
Rohan Gupta, I was very concerned when you said that we didn't make it, but we found it, it's good material, we amplified it, so what? You know, surely political parties also need to take responsibility and ensure that they are being careful about what they spread, and that they shouldn't be spreading fake news. That has to be a key political responsibility as well. Rohan.
Now, one thing I'm very happy today is somebody who has led the the intention of spreading the fake news in India. And you search on Google that how many times Mr. Malviya has spread fake news from his social media platforms. I think I'm really happy that he's talking about the morality today. And at the end of the day, as a political party, Rahul, it is very important that what is the intention? Unless and until the intention of political parties is to ensure that this kind of technologies are not misused, nothing can happen. Mr. Malviya, I challenge him to prove that this is the video which is created by Congress. On the other hand, I'm challenging that on 16 occasions, he has spread fake news from his Twitter handle.
Okay.
I have the article.
Okay.
So
Jitin Jain, yes.
Rahul, just 1 minute. Give me 30 seconds. Only thing is, it is about the moral responsibility of political parties that rather than raising fingers at other party, what are the things they are doing on their own? We have never started this game and we will never get into this game. But when it comes to BJP, there are a lot of instances, whether Mr. Malviya or the other spokesperson, they have spread the fake news. And then we file complaint, they talk about the legal action. So again, I am challenging in MP, he is alleging that Congress has created video. Why you are not able to prove this? This is your government.
Jitin Jain, before I conclude, because I'm out of time, what do you think is the most pressing need of the moment? What should be done to ensure that our elections are not hostage to generative AI throwing out clips which are confusing and distorting the political narrative?
Rahul, the most immediate need is to create a Ministry of Artificial Intelligence and bring in a legislation, even if it is a temporary one through an ordinance, to have an AI regulatory framework and the relevant laws in India. Two, I think it's a very, very dangerous position for a very senior political party spokesman like Mr. Rohan Gupta to take, that we have not created disinformation or a deepfake video, but if it is politically convenient and comes our way, we will share it. You know, Sangeet Som, a BJP MLA, was kept behind bar for 6 months because he had retweeted something which led to riots, which was not even, his original tweet. He had just retweeted believing it was true. We have seen several examples, people forwarding WhatsApp messages or retweeting some fake news have, spent time behind bars because they were equally responsible for sharing it. So I think you cannot distinguish, especially when it is a political party and a senior spokesman, whether you have created something or you have shared. The responsibility lies equally. Last point, Rahul, all these 2-3 examples you showed and the tips you gave, that you can check the sim, the frequency of eye blinking, or the audio-video mismatch. All these, measures were available to a common man to spot a deepfake when you were using the initial models of deepfake technology, which were available 2 years back. Today, if you are generating a deepfake video using a deep learning model, trust me, Rahul, none of this works. It is in a perfectly generated, 100% blended, stabilized, deeply learned, artificially machine-generated video where there is not even a 0.01% difference between an original one and a deepfake one, and no forensic lab can say it is.
So I could go on with this discussion for hours. The good thing is you could get a fake version of me to monitor the news if I want to watch the cricket. and that might not be so bad if he says exactly what I would be saying. The problem, though, is he could go out and say anything. He could say anything to the
maybe
BJP.
Better than
he
you,
could
Rahul.
say
Maybe better
something.
than you.
Yeah, possibly much better than me. But he could say the wrong things as well, and that is what makes human beings authentic and so important, because these models can be misused in a way, as Jiten is saying, that's becoming virtually impossible to tell fake from real. I'm glad we were able to have this conversation. There's a lot more thinking that needs to be done around how to deal with this challenge before it blows up and hits us all in the face. For the moment, for taking out time and joining us in this important conversation, Amit, Malviya, Rohan, Gupta and Jitin Jain, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Slipping into a break, this is the real me, this isn't the fake, I promise you that, but it could well at some point in time with anchors or with any celebrity. So many hours of audio, video which are available, put them into a machine, let the machine train itself with the mannerisms of that person, and within a few days you could have generative AI version of me coming and presenting the news to you. So the challenge is here, it's now, it is easily available, and therefore we really need to be thinking more deeply than we are at this moment about how to deal with this challenge. For your time and your trust, thank you.